Hello my dear Scorpio, this is your love and spirituality reading for the time between May 16 and May 31st, 2018 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. I read for the signs in order of most liked videos, so don't forget to hit the thumbs up button for your sign so I read for you bright and early. I put astrological information for the month of May in a video of its own that you can check out in my playlist Q&A. You can also find it at my webpage www.queenofcupstarot.se. The reading can go both ways. The message is for the people who watch it, so if you cross-watch for another sign and recognize yourself in the reading, just trust your own intuition and you will get the message you need. For this reading, I used the Osho Zen Tarot by Deva Padma, and I will start shuffling your cards. So, when I open your deck here, I see Integration, it's the Alchemist card, and Courage, it's the Strength card. Both are in the reversed. So it seems like you have a little bit of problem with your soul currently, Scorpio. It's something you have a hard time digesting or taking in. And it has to do with courage. So courage can be a lot of different things. So for example, courage, it can be to be the bigger person, to take responsibility, to dare to do something no one else dare to do, to express oneself, vulnerability. Both these cards are talking about passion. So it might be passion in reverse. It can become aggression as well. And it's some kind of, it might be a problem to cooperate because the integration is about compromises, cooperation, take some, give some. And so it might also have to do with maturity, that you don't feel grown up enough or responsible enough to live up to a situation's expectations of you or what you need in this situation. Okay, so it might be that you walk in too big a shoes, or you feel that it's too big a shoes. It's actually your shoes, but you don't you feel not up for the task in some way. You might feel that small and insignificant and not knowing why you have been assigned with this mission. Okay, so I call the divine with love and light, and here we have moment to moment in the reverse together with the courage card. So whatever situation you are in that's a little bit challenging, it might be that it has thrown you out of balance a little bit. So either you are currently going backwards in your development, or you might be rushing with something that really needs to be taken step by step. Yes, okay. So I called it for archangels in the four corners of the world, and here we have receptivity together with courage. So maybe you also feel very vulnerable in this situation, and you have a hard time expressing your vulnerability. So instead of showing vulnerability, you might show irritation, or instead of telling people how you feel, you say, well, don't bother, or it can be not something like this. It's like you're very you're a little bit fragile and might be over dramatic, have very strong feelings, very strong passions that's kind of messing with you in some way. Okay, this is Cancer and this is Leo. The Alchemist card is Sagittarius. So I called it for archangels in the four corners of the world. It feels like I already said that, but here we have the experience card number 3 in the reverse. So again, it's something with your soul. It's something that doesn't come to expression. It might be that you have forgotten to communicate. Here you have also the Sun in reversed. Here you have suppression. And here is the new vision, is the Hanged Man. So it's something that wants to come forward, some kind of growth that needs to be done, some kind of maturity. Becoming grown up can sometimes make us run for the hills because it comes with a lot of responsibility. If we stop being victims and instead acknowledging our own responsibility in things, that kind of leaves it up to us to save ourselves. So it can be very tedious and maybe the other dream was more convenient, that someone would come and fix it all for us, a divine intervention just coming, swooping in, replacing your bad lover for a better one. And here you are, and it seems like you need to do all this work. And as I said, it might be a person that has a little bit of problem to express themselves. So instead of expressing what you feel, you might hold back. And when you hold back, things comes out in distorted way. So for example, instead of telling people all the time what you like and you dislike, you take it, and eventually you blow up in someone's face. So this can be it. Yes, okay. So I call the 6 elements earth, wind, laziness. So laziness is the 9 of cups. And it's what I said before, that you might feel like you are not up for it, that you don't have the use, you don't have the force, you don't want to take this responsibility, you want things to be light and easy, and so you're not up for this challenge, whatever it is. It might be about expressing oneself more truthfully, more honestly, and admit to when we feel vulnerable, when we feel exposed, instead of acting like everything is okay. So it's something like this. So 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water. Letting go and trust. Yes, okay. So it might be some kind of separation of some sort. It doesn't have to be between lovers. It can be like separation when you are called to do a certain mission, maybe with a company, and you need to move to another state. Or it might be like a person moving away from home, like a young child, teenager moving away from home. Or it can be you need to let go of your like your tough attitude, or you need to it's a different things, because here can also be like a person charming us but not really meaning anything with it. So you might need to let go of the dream also. Like a person might present you with a certain dream, like, oh, this is how wonderful a person I am, but you see through this, and you want the dream, but you want the dream to be real, and you kind of realize that it's not real. So you need to drop the situation, and it's kind of hurts you. It's painful. So sometimes it's painful to be the grown up and see the truth, and be able to read everything true and true. So earth, wind, fire, water, spirit and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Scorpio viewers. Totality, comparison and intensity. So this is like this is aggression. Okay, it's both conflict and this is 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords, Knight of Wands, Sagittarius in the reversed. So it's like a person my way or the highway, or in other case blood will be spilled. So it's a very determined energy, and like a little bit self-righteous also. So you might be dealing with someone that doesn't have a consciousness, or you yourself are in a situation where you feel righteous and therefore doing things without really bothering about listening to your conscience. So you might be in your full entitlement to do this, but it's very easy to start a fire like with just a little spark. So we need to be careful with aggression. We can say, this situation makes me very angry, I get very upset with you. It's like you don't listen. It's like you don't hear what I'm trying to say here. I don't feel that my feelings are being taken into consideration. You can communicate these kind of things, but when this kind of level, then it's more like having a devious plan how to hurt someone or to get the upper hand of them, because it's like revenge. Okay. That's the best thing I can see there, revenge. And we have Capricorn here and Sagittarius, so it might be a person on the outside, either fire or earth, or it's you, trying to put up boundaries instead of admitting to how you really feel. Maybe you get angry instead of someone is coming too close to you or starting to mess with your inside or asking you how you feel. You don't trust this person. You don't trust them that you can really open up to them. We have 8 of Swords in reverse here, and this letting go card again. So I'm thinking that it's a situation with a lot of promises, but you don't trust it at all. It actually makes you a little bit pissed. So if someone says something that's too good to be true, you need to listen both to this person and really see, okay, does their words go hand in hand with their action? But you also need to look at yourself. Why I'm not able to trust this person, and what is it that makes me so angry with this person suggesting these kind of things? It might be, for example, someone offering you a job, and instead of taking it, you get pissed because it's like you get offended with the offer because you don't think that it's for real. You think that it's someone messing with you. So it might be also that you are trying to get along with someone or flirt with someone, and they just get, it's like they're acting strange, and now you know why, because they don't believe in you. They believe that you are out to mess with them, just, you know, fool them, get into their pants and then mean nothing with it. So okay, that's something I have seldom seen before. Okay, and here we have harmony wants to show itself. So for some of you, this is serious business. Like this is a situation that actually offers something of substance, but you don't trust it. It's like the mind is playing games here and saying that, no, I have been in this situation before and I got, like, yeah, they did a number on me. I don't want to have that to happen again. I don't want to be humiliated again. So this is non-cooperation. 3 of Pentacles, guidance card in reversed. So you're not following your intuition, not going with your heart, not expressing what you feel. So as I said, if you're dealing with a very difficult person, now you know how they are feeling, or this might be how you are feeling. So if someone is like withdrawing from something, not taking chances with you, it's because they are scared that there's no substance to this. So what do we do if a person thinks that there's no substance? We need to keep ourselves calm, okay, and be consistent. Like consistency builds trust. If a person does the same thing and says the same thing, and actions and words goes hand in hand, then it's much more easier for a person to open up and trust. But a person that doesn't trust and are scared, they are dangerous, okay? Because they will have no mercy and no guilt if they're doing bad things towards you, because they think that you are doing bad things towards them. So be a little bit careful, be a little bit mindful. Try to be aware of what's happening. Try to communicate yourself as clear and like non-dangerous as possible, because it's like someone sees the devil in you and you just try to be nice, or it's the other way around. You see the devil in someone and they just try to be nice. So I will say this anyway, that I want you to have love in your lives and find yourself in loving relationships. I want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. To be fair, okay? So I'm just going to tune in here for a few seconds. Okay, so my dear Scorpio, this is what's going on in your future, what's coming, and this is your now, and this is your past. So in the past, it's April, beginning of May, might be your whole life sometimes. It's the silence cards. It's star card, and it's Aquarius, connected to Aquarius, but it's talking about your intuition, like following your guidance no matter what. It's like you have this beacon star inside of you. It's something that's there with you always. So you might like foresee it, and it might also have been like this. It has been your star your whole life, but you have never been able to reach this point. So therefore we can also lose hope in things. If we, from the time we were a little girl, wanted to get married, for example, and no suitor ever comes, we might lose hope in this dream. Or if we wanted to become an astronaut, and when we want to apply, we need to be taller, or weigh less, or we need to be something that's not, so we can lose hope in our dreams. And this makes us very like controlling, and this person like a hurt animal, like I don't believe in fairy tales anymore, I don't believe in what I have longed for, I will give it all up. So what we give up here seems to be like we give up on a lot of people. We give up on ourselves, and maybe this is, we have here is earth, fire, and the master. It's an additional card for Osho tarot. It's after the 21, the world card, and here we have control. It's air. So I'm thinking that it's like a very grown-up cabinet here, but everyone is in the reverse. So it's like a lot of archetypes within you or people around you has kind of lost hope in some way. It's they don't believe in fairy tales anymore. And I'm thinking this is what's happened with the 2017. That was the year of end of illusion. We kind of gave up on our dreams because we woke up and saw through the illusions. But I'm thinking there's more to this than this. We were supposed to wake up, but maybe to be able to reach our dreams eventually, not to give them up fully. But of course everything has its time. So maybe right now you have given up on some dream, but for some reason the seed in you, this longing, is still there. Okay, and here we have in the now, so it's consciousness, it's awareness. And here we are the world, and morality and creativity is the Empress card. This is Queen of Swords, is Libra, sword again. And we are the world is 10 of Pentacles. So it seems like you feel that the world is you're very logical right now. You feel that the world is an empty place. You don't believe really in abundance, it seems. You believe in control, like having things under control and being smart, and following your rules that you have made up for yourself. So it's a little bit harsh here. But it's a crude awakening. 2017 was a crude awakening for many people, and it seems like you don't have so much expectations on the world anymore, or on people, or on what is going to be presented to you in your life. So all work and no play have made you into a rather dull figure. It doesn't have to be you, Scorpio. It can be someone that you're dealing with that's like this. It just wants to show a certain situation. And here we have the future, so it's Thunderbolt and receptivity. So I'm thinking the year 2017, the end of illusion, it also made us less like being less of a victim. We couldn't no longer stand and cry and why is this like this, and why can't I have my dream? We needed to see things clearly and kind of shake ourselves around a little bit and snap out of it. Okay, this situation is not giving you what you need, so try again, do something different, take action, be adult in this situation. But here it seems like you still this fragile person that still wants and needs this. It's like when we sometimes can see animals being strayed from their pack. For example, we have cranes here, beautiful big birds. They are gray with some reddish on their head. And if some of them, they live behind my house, so if one of them has wandered away, finding grass somewhere in some pound somewhere, and one maybe were sleeping when they went away. When they wake up and they realize their friend is gone, it's going to be a lot of noise here. And they are flying over my house, screaming and yearning for the and the other I can see them from my house, so they might know that this their friend or their lover is flying there and searching for them, but they don't care. They are full up with eating frogs or whatever they do, so they don't even bother to answer. So I'm thinking it's something like this I see here, that this natural instinct that you need other people, and you need to have a shoulder to cry on, and you don't want to always be like alone and mature and grown up, and and sometimes we actually need other people to help us and to rescue us, but we can't force them. We can't force other people to be there for us or love us to the end, or whatever it is that we need. We can wish for this to happen, and we can be this person for both ourselves and for other people, and just hope that one day someone will come and give the same thing back to us. But it seems like you're going to be a little bit irrational here, a little bit like feeling that things are a little bit unjust, and why on earth am I here? Things like this. Okay, so now I've woken up from this illusion, and now I'm living like not in the matrix anymore, but the reality behind the matrix, and it's not beautiful. It's not fun. So someone is feeling a little bit, it's not bitterness, it's more like crude awakening is what I'm feeling. And here we have existence, and it's in the reversed. When we try to create something and we are a little bit bitter, of course we are going to create more things to be bitter about. So I'm thinking your how you create things is not optional. Like if you think that people are out to get you, or they can't be trusted, or your dreams will never come true, of course this is the reality that you're going to live in. And it's this balance act between if we want to have like a steady, stable romantic relationship, for example, and in 2017 we found ourselves to be in not so stable conditions, okay, with a person maybe that was not at all what we once dreamt that they would be, okay. So we woke up during this year, and we found out that we haven't been creating in our lives or letting the people into our lives that actually made us happy. Okay, and now it's like, okay, now what? Okay, so you found this out, but now what? It's like you can't create something else. It's like you're stuck with your creations a little bit, because this crude awakening made you maybe a little bit cynical. And here we have the creator, so that's probably you, but it can also be a fire sign in your life. It's usually Leo, but might be Sagittarius or Aries as well. And this is the creator, and this is the magician. So they're kind of usually a very good team. But it's like you are a very creative person, and you can do whatever you want with the thing. It's like you trust your own creation skills, but you don't trust the universe anymore. So that is what I'm seeing here. It's like you don't trust the universe to help you. If I don't do it myself, no one else will. So it's very grown-up attitude, but of course it's like you don't believe in Santa anymore, and not in the tooth fairy, and neither of these things. And here we have healing. So fire and water together is Scorpio. You are the bird phoenix, the fire and the water, the Scorpio serpent eagle. Okay, so it's very profound here, again talking about your soul, but your soul is a little bit bitter on the circumstances to what you were born into or how your life has become. But you love yourself, it seems, like you trust yourself. You don't blame yourself anymore. So that's a good thing, but you still are not really agreeing with the heavens. It's like you feel maybe that they are against you, or they are always testing you, or always making you wake up from illusion after illusion after illusion. Okay, so what are you trying to do? Are you trying to are you trying to make me going into depression? It's like you have a very beautiful connection with the divine, but in the same time it's something off with your creations. It's something off with the things that's coming into your life, how you're thinking about different things and how they are then being created. But it seems like everything is going fine. It's just that you are not fully happy. It's like you have, this is what I said, you have become a little bit bitter. But whatever is happening now, it's happening so you will get into your full power and also heal yourself. So maybe you need to feel like you are deserted and abandoned and no one will save you, because it's your original wound. Okay, so what to do if we have an original wound? Usually we need to relive the same thing over and over again until we kind of find the key thing that we need to do to solve ourselves from that situation. And I'm thinking to lay off the bitterness and accept things as they are, and accept that you are grown up, and accept that maybe no one will save you but you, and actually save you. Okay, not staying in the bitterness, but actually save you for real, like doing the things that you believe will put some prosperity in your life, and do it without bitterness, without the it's almost like some of you might be a little bit self-destructive just to prove a point. Okay, so you abandoned me. Look what happened. Okay, look what I became. And still you are this totally strong person that if you wanted to, if you put your mind to it, now you haven't put your mind to it, but if you would actually be able to free yourself from the past and also from this original wound. Okay. And here we had the conscious Ace of Swords. And we have intensity again, this Sagittarius in reversed, Knight of Wands. And it comes underneath existence. So it's like you feel that there's some trickster in your life, or it's this kind of this song. I'm trying to remember the name. Isn't it ironic, don't you think? So it's like you feel that you have a trickster power against you, or some like ironic universal force that's sabotaging what could have been like a beautiful life situation for you. And it might be that some of you are dealing with like a player kind of person, or someone that's not, it's a trickster. So it's true, but it might be just in your head as well, like it's just what you feel, because maybe you didn't want to make this end of illusion in 2017. Maybe you wanted to have your illusion. Why couldn't you just skip all the steps with growing up and just have what you want, like from the get-go? Why did you have to wake up and then see the matrix from the, like behind the matrix, how ugly everything was, and how little of the things that you wanted that you actually had. So it's like you feel that the universe is a little bit of a harsh place, or that there's forces working against you. But I don't believe that it is. It's just this calling for you to grow up and actually start to not be a victim at all, not be a martyr, not be self-destructive. Actually, always in every situation, doing what's best for you and for the people around you. And here we have comparison. So it's Five of Swords. It's a lot of anger. It's like wanting to prove a point, wanting to prove to another person that if they had done something differently, this would have been much better right now. Five of Swords, it's like a know-it-all. It's like a person that needs to win over others to feel good about themselves. They are seeing the world in hierarchies. So if you are on top, you are a good person. If you are on bottom, you are stupid and worthless. So but it's in the reversed. So that's a good thing, because that mean that there's some kind of opening with this, that we actually can start to become aware of what's going on here. For some of you, it might be jealousy, like, why do these people have all these things and I don't have those things? And that is reflecting back on you. But even I see that it's like you love yourself, but when a person is becoming jealous or envy of something else, they don't love themselves truly, because a person that loves themselves truly would just see, oh, I feel a little bit jealousy here, that must be something that I want, so I will put my head into getting it. Like if someone has a beautiful dress, you think, maybe I can fix one of those for myself, but I will fix it, I will sew it myself, I will tail it myself, and I will do a little bit of changes, and it will be marvelous, and it will be so and so, and the jealousy is forgotten. It's only powerless people, like people that feel that they don't have power over their life, that get jealous. Because if I see a beautiful car and I want it, I save and I get it. Okay, I don't run around being jealous about it or thinking that, why do they have this car and I don't? Well, they bought it. They saved for it, or they went to the bank and borrowed the money and they bought it. So if you want something that another person have, you need to put your mind to it. Of course, it can be difficult with people. If you're jealous of someone being with the love of your life, it can be hard. But if this person is happiest with that person that they are with right now, and they don't seem to want to get out of there, you have nothing with their business to do. You need to get a love of your own, or just accept that I love this person and they are taken. So it's something here. I can't really get to it. It's and here we have totality. It's the 5 of Wands, and it's also in the reversed. So 5 of Wands in the reversed. It's like building a house, but if you can't make people build it together with you, maybe you need to build a house of your own then, instead of constantly quarreling, or start to compromise and start to put your mind to making things work with these other people. So it's some kind of like feeling that the world is unjust. I can't really get to it, but it's a good thing partly. Here you have the Ace of Pentacles as well. It's a good thing partly because it's when this wound is open like this, you can see it for real and begin anew. Like, see it with the Ace of Swords, begin anew. It's like a new chance. So if you feel yourself in a battle with someone, it doesn't have to be like envy or something like that. It can be a battle of will, or a person and you don't see eye to eye, and you might feel that they just want you to rule you or decide over you, or and it's like you are this. I'm almost feeling like you are royalty, and someone is trying to force you into doing something that you don't want. So it might be classical, like a classical situation of rebelling against something, because you feel that you have lost control, or that people are trying to bully you or control you. So if you have this kind of situation, the best thing to do is to communicate how you feel. It feels like you always wants to control me. It feels like it's only we only go with what you are deciding. Or maybe it's very important for you to always have control and always decide things. And if that's the case, you need to look, because it says that this is a perfect time here in the second part of May to look at what's going on in your life, because things will be, it will happen something, not a big thing, but like minor quarrel or something like that, that will brush like ashes and dust up to the air. So you can, it's getting visible for you and you can deal with it. It's like rubbish that have been laying in layers after layers for a very long time, and now it's being rubbed up so you can clean it out. It's what I'm feeling. So it's it's very difficult for me to read this because it's on a level that I don't believe I have experienced. But the clearest I can say, if I sum this up till now, it's like a person being very competent, very strong, but yet feel like the universe is unfair or people are unfair, and it's like being in war a little bit, and feeling that I don't have friends, I have enemies. So you need to put that in context with your life and understand who this person is, or if this is you, why you are reacting in this way. But it seems like you are about to grow up and take more responsibility, but you are you want to shovel this responsibility away. You don't want to have it. You still want to be little and like crying in your little ribbon, and someone is coming and fixing everything for you. So that might be why you're bitter. Why don't I just get the things that I want? Why do I have to work for it? But I see that you have the power enough to actually fix whatever you want. So it's just to stop whining and go after the things that you dream of and stop complaining. Just don't give up until you have this thing that you want. So here we have laziness. It's the 9 of Cups. So it's a situation with a person that wants things that's good for them. So it's a person that's being a little bit selfish. It doesn't matter if other people need to clean up their messes. They're fine with it. So it's like I'm entitled to. So here comes the royalty thing again. So I'm thinking a lot of you Scorpio have, if you have this on the outside, you have it on the inside as well. So I think you have a little bit a royal self inside of you that feels that it shouldn't have to deal with these kind of things. I'm thinking you might have been living in other dimensions where it was much more easy and less resistance in creation. And now you are a little bit upset because your magic doesn't work as it should. So it's something like this, or that people should be nicer to you, or they should give you what you want or fulfill your needs. And you're a little bit upset that they don't. So it's a little bit sense of royalty, like being a little bit spoiled, but yet having the strength to actually be able to fix it yourself. So it's just to stop whining and fix it for yourself. If people don't help you, help yourself. And here we have the Alchemist card, integration, and it's in reversed. So it's like we need to do half and half. Like if we are living in a household with our most beloved, for example, and they hate to do the dishes, for example, then we can say, okay, I will do the dishes for the rest of my days, but I hate to vacuum clean the floor. So that will be your task to the end of days. It's not like one person is going to have to do the dishes and vacuum the floor and fix the laundry and, you know. So I'm thinking that this is what's going on a minor scale. On a bigger scale, it's other things like what I told you about the car, or like being jealous of someone else's beautiful partner or whatever it can be. It can also be jealousy of another person's talent. But if you're jealous of something, it's just because you have it inside of you. It's like a longing inside of you. There's a seed inside of you. So if you're jealous of someone playing the guitar so well, it's just because your soul remembers that this was what you were supposed to do in this lifetime. So it's just to get a darned guitar and start practicing. Okay, nothing comes for free in this reality, and that might be what's upsetting you the most, that nothing comes for free because you're used with another world where things were easier, or another time at Earth, maybe when we were in the golden age, when you could just create something that you wanted. In Sweden we say simsalabim when we want to do some magic. So, and then it will just appear from thin air, and that was what was going on in the golden age of Earth. But now we just out of the dark ages, so everything is heavy and gravity is heavy, and we can't levitate, we can't fly, we can't do magic, so it's very boring and it's frustrating Scorpio. So it's a little bit funny actually. And here we have the politics, 7 of Swords, and it comes in this row with the Magician and 5 of Swords and 7 of Swords. So it's someone trying to get ahead, like being smart, maybe being very charming also. They have a bad agenda, but they are charming. So they are saying, well, please, darling, I'm so tired of the work. Can't you do the dishes today? And avoiding their own task, what they are supposed to do. So it can be in the grand scale also. One person is the one that needs to fix the relationship, and the other one is just not wanting to help. They just want to be pampered. They just want to be spoiled. They just want to be like... I hear a very old song from when I was a little girl. I never promised you a rose garden. So it might be this, that you have a very spoiled partner, for example, that wants you to give everything to them while they are not giving something back to you. And that might be all this frustration I'm seeing here. One is lazy and one is frustrated, but you can't have this lazy person on the outside without having a lazy person on the inside. So start to see where you are lazy, where you are not doing your fair share, and see what's going on. Okay. So I will read the Five of Swords card for you, since it's in the middle. It's the center of the reading, so it's affect everything in this reading. So it's a very important card for you here in late part of May. So remember that it was in the reverse. That's a good thing when it comes to Five of Swords and Five of Wands. It's this harmonic card. That's it's like it's connected to the five, the Hierophant, society, God, why we were here in the first place, why on earth are we here, and all these battles in between. Whoever told you that the bamboo is more beautiful than the oak, or the oak more valuable than the bamboo? Do you think the oak wishes it had a hollow trunk like this bamboo? Does the bamboo feel jealous of the oak because it's bigger and its leaves changes color in the fall? The very idea of the two comparing themselves to each other seems ridiculous, but we humans seem to find this habit very hard to break. Let's face it, there is always going to be somebody who is more beautiful, more talented, stronger, more intelligent, and apparently happier than you are. And conversely, there will always be those who are less than you are in all these ways. The way to find out who you are is not by comparing yourself with others, but to look by looking to see whether you are fulfilling your own potential in the best way you know how. So as I said, if you feel jealous of something, it's probably because your dream is to be this, have that. So start following your dream. It's up to you. No one is going to, it's not going to be sent to you like a Rolls Royce through the mail. Comparison brings inferiority, superiority. When you don't compare, all inferiority, all superiority disappears. Then you simply are there. A small bush or a big tall tree, it doesn't matter, you are yourself. You are needed. A grass leaf is needed as much as the biggest star. Without the grass leaf, existence will be less than it is. This sounds of the cuckoo is needed as much as any Buddha. The world will be less rich if this cuckoo disappears. Just look around, all is needed and everything fits together. It is an organic unity. Nobody's higher, nobody's lower, nobody's superior, nobody inferior. Everybody is incomparably unique. Okay, so with these cards in reverse, the intensity in reverse is worrying me a little bit, but with this card in reverse, it's probably intensity in reverse is going to bring this up to surface so you actually can solve it. And, you know, start to have the necessary discussions and start to get more balance, more equality in your lives. You see, all these cards is about it's about balance. So it needs to be more. I'm thinking someone in later part, beginning of June. Here is going to be some minor difficulties, but here it might be bigger difficulties due to the thunderbolt. This person is sitting on like a house of cards. It's like they think they have made it safe. They have played everyone in their surrounding, get them to do what they want. They have spoiled themselves, let other people pamper them. So here it's going to come to surface, like people are going to start to see the lies, the deception, the jealousy for what it's worth, and see this will come out in the light of day, so we will be able to do something about it. So it's a good thing. And we have 16 Thunderbolt and 17 the star, so 16, 17. So you are in process of healing right now, because the Tower is when the divine is kind of doing this, so the dust comes up and you can see what's not healed. And the star card is about healing, and it's about your dreams as well. So when you get jealous, remember, you get jealous because it's your dream to have this. So start fixing these things in your life, getting them into your life. You are the creator there. It's just that you are comparing yourself to others instead of creating what you want. And of course, when it's our thoughts as well, if we think bad thoughts, we will create bad things. So if you think that work is hard and we are too lazy, or everyone else gets a loving partner except for me, or I will never be able to drive that kind of car, yes, then it's going to be true. The universe says, yes, your wish is my command. If you wish that you will never drive a car like that, you will never drive a car like that. So you need to be very careful also about your thoughts, about things. Try to not be scared of what you're thinking, but try to be aware, like with the consciousness here, being awake, seeing your thoughts, hearing them, feeling your feelings. You got the same card as Capricorn, I think. Princess of Purity leaps across. So, 24. No, it's not the same. It's just very similar. 24. I have such faith in you that I have placed what appears to be an obstacle in your way. It is actually a stepping stone that will help you rise. If there were no challenges, how would you gain trust and confidence in yourself, in me? Through my grace, I am giving you an invisible boost. You shall leap over this obstacle with such lightness of heart and foot. You shall then believe that anything is possible. During a challenge, trusting in divine grace is so helpful. Perhaps you hope for the best, wanting to trust the goodness in people, and would that this would somehow win through and turn a mess into an opportunity for healing. But perhaps the situation didn't quite work out as you had hoped. Or maybe you feel everyone is doing their best, but something is still blocking the way to resolution and healing. The Oracle of Princess of Purity leaps across arises when there is something of an obstacle or challenge that you are growing through. It may be creating an inner sense of unease or discomfort that you feel but cannot quite explain. The good news is that you are being blessed with an empowerment of grace. You are going to be given the power to overcome the obstacle. If someone is trying to pull you into their drama, you have permission to simply refuse to take it on board. It's not for you. Have compassion as you set clear boundaries. This is a way to love yourself more. If you have been seeking a way through an issue, you are being asked to let go of your plans and open up to divine intercession. Don't worry about controlling the outcome. Just accept the way through that will be showing itself to you. It's likely to be a method of sidestepping or leaping over the situation altogether. Finally, if you are locked into a decision-making process and you want to find a way out of the gridlock in your own mind or with that of another, this oracle brings you guidance. There is another way, another option that you have not yet accessed consciously. Keep your heart and mind open, relax, and it will come to you. Don't lock yourself into a decision. See what unfolds. Act when you feel you need to act and rest when you need to rest. Yes. Okay. Yeah, these cards are wonderful. I need to change them eventually, but they are always like summing up my readings very gracefully. So I hope this will help you, and I want you to take really, really, really good care. And I also welcome you back to my beginning of June reading that I will perform in the mid-May. Okay, bye-bye.